Hello everyone. In this segment, we'll discuss about how to write VHDL code for 4-bit up-down counter. Now friends, in this case, we'll write the VHDL code where the counter is going to work as up as well as down counters simultaneously. Now whenever we deal with counting in both ways, maybe ascending or ascending, we need a controlling signal that decides when to go for up counting and when to go for down counting. So based on this another feature, we'll switch on how to write its VHDL. As per as the state diagram is considered, where we have a 4-bit up down counter, we'll start with the initial condition, maybe 0 0 0 0. In case of up counting, we can see here it should start with 1 2 3 so on up to the last combination as 1 1 1 1, and then it reset and comes to its original position as 0 0 0 0. So in order to accomplish this, we'll use a mode signal M, where M is equals to 1, it should switch to up counting. And in second case, when the mode signal is 0, it should go in reverse way. Like if it is a first combination as 0 0 0 0, and when you press 0, it should accomplish with 15, then 14, then 13, and so on up to the last combination, where it should move on to the condition as 0 0 0 0. It simply indicates that depending upon the control signal, that can be either mode is equals to 1 or mode is equals to 0, it can switch to up counting and down counting. Now based on that, you can see it here, we have written it here, when M is 1, it should go for up counting, and when M is equals to 0, it should move on to down counter. So let us see VHDL code. We'll start with defining the library elements as IEEE. We'll access it using the statement use IEEE.thepackage.all. Now let us define its entity as entity up down counter is. In case of port, we'll write clock clear, along with that a mode signal as M, which is the input standard logic. Now this mode will have two outputs, either 0 or 1, and an output bit Q, which is a vector 3 down to 0. Now let us define its architecture. Behavior of up down counter is, here we'll again define the signal as temporary, which is a standard logic vector 3 down to 0, that will temporarily store the data. Let's initialize it using begin statement, and we'll write process clock clear. We'll initialize process statement, and in case first statement we'll write if clear is equals to 1, then the data should be stored across temp will be 0 0 0 0. That will be our initial condition. From that, either we should go on up counting or we should move on to down counting. Else if this condition is not satisfied, we'll see whether there is a clock event occur or not. That means if clock 1, and if there is an event on clock which is switching from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0, then we have to check whether M is equals to 1 or 0. Now if M is equals to 1, it simply indicates that we have to go for up counter or up counting. So it is written as if M 1, then temp should be less than or equals to 10 plus 1. So it will start to add from 0 plus 1 as 1, and it will remain same until it reaches 50. So that the total combination will be 60. If M is equals to 1, if this condition is satisfied, it will check for the second condition, else temp should be less than or equals to temp minus 1. So automatically it will go in descending order, or it will obey the principle of down counter. So based on whether M is equals to 1, it will go on up counting or it will go to down counting. Now we'll end the statement. Here we have initialized if, so we'll write end if. Here also we initialize if statement, so we'll end if. Then we have end process, so we'll write end process. We'll return the temporary signal to Q less than or equals to 10, and finally we'll end the architecture end behavior. So in this way, you can write the VHDL code for 4-bit up down counter. The only thing that should be remembered in this case is going to be the mode signal and its statement if M is equals to 1, otherwise it will go to down counting. I hope you understood this concept. Thank you.